Welcome back to the Relaxing Ghosts channel here on YouTube. Today we got ECW One Night Stand 2005 DVD review. It's been 15 years since this event happened. It's crazy to think how time flies when you think of, pay-per-views that stand the test of time. This is definitely one of those shows. So this was just over a week ago, 15 years. I can't believe it. So I have never reviewed these on their own before. So let's get right into this. I'm going to try to go through the ECW DVDs one at a time. So my memories of this happening live aren't that great. I can remember initial parts of it. But when this happened, this was crazy. I honestly think this was a huge boost to the WWE. And, that original ECW DVD, The Rise and Fall, I believe led to this. So we got the date there, the very cool ECW logo. So it is said that this was not produced by WWE or Vince McMahon. I can somewhat believe that. I'm not sure how true that is. Take a look at our spine. So yeah, of course, this was released in 2005. No insert. Not sure if it came with one or not. Pretty sure it did. But yeah, this is 2005. Pretty much every DVD had an insert. We do have a pretty short match listing on the back. 3-hour runtime. And there's a few extras on here. So let's see. Nothing spells insane, intense, and extreme like ECW. Now the brutal, death-defying, and bloody style of pro wrestling came to be known as Hardcore returns. ECW One Night Stand. And this was live from New York at the Hammerstein Ballroom. This had the biggest names from ECW's glory days. They are back. As well as the shocking invasion from Raw and SmackDown. I wasn't a big fan of that. I wish they would have kind of toned that down a bit. I loved RVD's promo here. There was 7 matches on the card here. They only list 5. We got Lance Storm versus Chris Jericho. It was Lionheart Chris Jericho. I loved it. Super Crazy in a 3-way dance versus Tajiri and Little Guido. We got the Extreme Luchador action. Rey Mysterio versus Psychosis. We had Sabu versus Rhino. Chris Benoit versus Eddie Guerrero. Which, if you heard different stories, apparently those guys had a match laid out. And yeah, they were not happy with themselves and how it turned out. I actually think the match is okay. It's not as bad as, those guys put the pressure on themselves and, said the match was awful or to their standards, I guess. Mike Awesome versus Masato Tanaka was a hard-hitting brawl. Probably my favorite match of the night. Mike Awesome, so underrated. I hate what WCW did with him in the final days of that company. And then in the main event, Tommy Dreamer and the Sandman versus the Dudley Boys. So that was the longest match of the night at just under 11 minutes. Of course, like I mentioned, we had the match promo there with RVD and Paul Heyman and whatnot. RVD recently, had knee surgery or whatever, and he was unable to compete at this pay-per-view, which made for a good 2006 pay-per-view. RVD would go on to win Money in the Bank at WrestleMania 22 and cash in on John Cena the following year. So we do have, I think, a couple extras with Stevie Richards and whatnot. Really cool shot there of the guys on Raw. You got Sandman, Bubba, that's either Ian or Axel Rotten, Devon, Balls, Mahoney, Heyman, Dreamer, and Rhino. Love this pay-per-view. Absolutely, highly recommend it, guys. If you don't have this in your collection, go out. You could probably find it for $5 or less. It's well worth it, guys. You'll enjoy it. I definitely recommend it. So let me know your thoughts on this. What were your thoughts and favorite match of the night? As always. Oh, let's get into the shoot fight at the end, actually. After the match, Sandman wants a beer. Out comes Stone Cold Steve Austin. And it's like an old ECW reunion. I thought this was really cool. You know, Steve Austin spent a bit of time in ECW in 1995. So they're all having a big old beer bash, and then turns into a little shoot fight with JBL attacking the Blue Meanie, which I thought was just kind of disrespectful. Taz taking out Kurt Angle, and then Austin stunning Bischoff to end the show. So really cool. I always love that moment at the end. Kind of sucks, you know, Blue Meanie was the victim of Bully Bradshaw. But like I said, I highly recommend this pay-per-view DVD. Pick it up, guys. We'll talk to you later. Peace.